Okay, let's go a level deeper and drill into each individual category of different things you can sell on Amazon. So the first thing we talked about was books. So the most popular item to sell, or the easiest for anybody to start with, are ebooks. If you want to sell ebooks on Amazon, do it via Amazon Kindle Direct program, also known as KDP. This is basically a program where you upload your book. It has to be in a format, in an ebook format like Mobi, PDF, what have you, right? Make sure you check the formats. Then you upload the book, and it's now via the KDP program. Anybody out there who has a ebook reader, from an iPad, a smartphone, the Nook, the Kindle Fire, they can buy your book. Right? So lots of people are making money this way. This is a very great way to get started. Go out there, if you have something, compile anything, right? Just to test it out and see. But it's very, very easy to get started. You can, if you already have the book published, you can upload it and be on the Kindle store and all over on Amazon in basically in less than a week, in pretty much days. All right, we have ebooks. What next? Print books. So this is my print book, and to publish a print book on Amazon, you have to go through a company called CreateSpace, createspace.com, which is a company owned by Amazon. They bought the company, but this is for people to self-publish a book, right? So in my situation, I had a book, and this was basically a whole bunch of writings by our writers on our blog and different articles, and we compiled them and made them into a book so people could easily read them without really having to be on the computer or go out there and search for multiple different writings, right? Everything was compiled into one book. So I had the book typeset, did all the formatting, the editing, uploaded that into CreateSpace, right? And this was the proof copy of that book. So you upload your book cover, they do everything, right? And it's known as print on demand. What does that mean? That means I don't physically have these books stored somewhere in a warehouse, right? So whenever somebody buys the book on Amazon, when they purchase the book, this book is printed on demand. So it's similar to Uber, right? So they'll print the book and ship it to that person. I don't touch anything, I don't print anything, I just get paid. Now, as a consequence of getting that great service from Amazon, they take fees as well for each book they print, right? So these vary based on how many pages you print in a book, right? So make sure you check into that. So it's not really ideal to have a really heavy, really thick book with lots of pages because you make less money on the book. But in my case, I'm not really looking to make money on the book. It's just more to get my name out there, my brand out there, the platform for my company and myself. The second way to get your book on Amazon, right? So that book I showed you earlier was a paperback book. Now, if you want to make a physical or a hardcover book on Amazon, right, this has better quality. The best company to do that with is Ingram Spark. Ingram Spark is what professionals use. It's creme de la creme. So what does that mean, right? So all the main publishers out there, the top 6, the Penguin House, whatever, right? I believe they all use Ingram Spark. So Ingram Spark basically created a separate division to compete with Amazon and CreateSpace for self-published authors. So in the same manner, I just simply upload my book, which was the final edited PDF version of it, and the book cover, and they also print on demand. So you're probably wondering, right? Why do you need 2 companies to publish a book, right? And I mentioned this because Ingram Spark, without a doubt, is the better quality print-on-demand company to self-publish your own book, right? And it's what, if you want to have your book get into bookstores, into libraries, you have to use Ingram Spark because they're the best for that. They have the best network to distribute your book. But if you can sell your Ingram Spark book on Amazon using Amazon Prime and all that stuff or whatever, but Amazon, being Amazon, will penalize you for that because they want you to use CreateSpace. So they're basically competing with each other, right? So if you want to be in good standing with Amazon, the typical suggested route is to create 2 books. Basically use 2 publishers and have CreateSpace as the main publisher for Amazon, right? So if somebody buys your book on Amazon, CreateSpace prints the book, sends it to them, right? And then use Ingram Spark as kind of a backup or for the hardcover book. Because I don't believe CreateSpace does hardcover books as well. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, right? But just want to make sure you guys know that there are two options out there. But CreateSpace is a default option if you want to sell your book on Amazon. Now, depending on the timing of this video, if they have hardcover books, then you definitely want to use CreateSpace. But in terms of quality, especially getting into bookstores, libraries, England Spark is the best. I mean, look at the quality. I don't know if you guys can see that, but this is much, much better. All right, so we have the ebook, we have the paperback, the hardcover. What about the audiobook? Turns out Amazon also has a company for that, right? Amazon Creation Exchange, also known as ACX. This basically is the same thing as CreateSpace. You just simply create your audiobook, you break it down by chapter, subchapter, you upload the file into ACX, and you can start selling your audiobook into Amazon's audio platform called Audible, right? But the great thing about this is, let's say you have a book, like an ebook or a hardcover book, right? Basically a manuscript, and you don't have the best voice in the world, or maybe you don't have the time to do voiceover work. The great thing about this platform is it lets you simply hire somebody. There's a marketplace where you can go there and hire somebody, a voice actor, to basically narrate your book for you, which is freaking awesome, right? So imagine, so with me, right? Going back to my book, I love uploading the book, right, as you guys can tell. But I already have voiceover work done, so I just simply upload my book, my audio files, and they go through an approval process, right? But for people who don't do that, who don't have that, you can find a voiceover actor, and depending on how it's paid, I think multiple ways of paying people. Either you can have it where you guys share the profits or the sales of the book, or you can pay them a flat fee.